Welcome to Car Cave USA. We are starting today with finishing today. It's the end of the day. 1988 Toyota Land Cruiser FJ62. Has a laundry list of work done. Huge list. Well taken care of. You know, these usually have rust around the drip rails, these rear vents, the rockers, all sorts of places. This car, throughout its history, has been owned by two different friends of ours, or mine personally, I guess. So we're pretty well versed on its history and the file, which is ginormous. There's probably approaching $70,000 worth of recent work and modifications done to it. If you look over here, records will Carfax is clean. We can show it to you. These are all the history docs going through, so there's a big stack. You have an upholstery receipt. There's a long list here of recent upgrades: auxiliary battery, off-road light upgrade, rock sliders from White Knuckle, windshield replacement, the 8274 winch, a bunch of stuff that went through. Transmission rebuild, which is down here. You have an audio system, and we did a motor rebuild. We went through the vacuum system, went through the AC system. So great Land Cruiser, smooth running. If you need financing, we can hook you up with that. Give us a ring. We use a few different companies, lenders, for especially cars like this, but this one's special just because you have a huge document file. It's been a Southern vehicle, dark gray metallic, which is my favorite, but plenty of tasteful mods. I threw the mats out just so we could see the carpet. Carpet's been replaced, seats have been reupholstered, but if you're shopping for one of these, it's not what you see, you know, here and looking around at first glance in upholstery. It's that you want to make sure the rockers, you know, the wheel wells in here, everything is in good condition around here. You know, your drip rail coming through, you know, everything in general you want to. These, you know, given the era of Toyota, they're really prone to rust. This one has been garage kept. I looked it up just to see. It's been repainted. The paint job was done, if I remember correctly, in 2006. So it's been, you know, almost 20 years. Same with the seats. It hasn't had a lot of miles. I think it's had 10,000 miles maybe in that time. So I know one of our friends that had it sat in storage with him, and another one, they kind of drove it for occasional weekend driver. But like I said, rockers, wheel wells, rain gutters, the rear vents, you get in everything. It's clean all the way around. It's hard to find one of these that's not inflicted with rust. And then especially with the documented motor rebuild, we did that in-house, and the transmission rebuild. So going through all the accessories, you have a brand new set of BFGs, brand new wheels, Dissent front hubs, ARB front bumper, White Knuckle sliders, ARB roof rack. You have some overly bright off-road lights. I can't remember the brand. Call me, I'll look it up on the receipt. The worn winch, which that's one of their higher end models that isn't cheap. The front ARB, the JW speakers, heated lamps. You see the ARB rack up there. So Old Man Emu suspension. The front end's been redone, so when you go underneath, you can see new steering stabilizer, tie rods, axle, and we are building in there part of our price, a $2,000 allowance to go towards suspension. So if you made it this far in the video, you know you get a $2,000 credit. So we will swap it out. It's an older Old Man Emu suspension. I think it's about time. So that's why I want to include it, but we don't know if you want to go taller, you want to go shorter, what do you want to do with it? We don't know where its next home is going to be. So we don't want to dictate that for you and go too big and stupid. Go over the rockers, door bottoms here. And like I said, the carpet's been replaced. There's a receipt for it. All the seats, which the work is really nice. The locking center console. It is an automatic. The AC blows cold. If you know anything about these, the dash is totally intact. And your headliner is really clean. So you get underneath the carpet, move this rubber mat. And it's good they have the rubber mats down. You have tilt wheel, power mirrors, cruise control, power windows, power locks. You do have keyless entry. So there's a little Viper alarm system. You have a backup camera, Kenwood X on deck. Boston speakers, a Rockford Fozzy 8 sub in the back. So it's tucked underneath the rear seat here. You can see it hidden, and all the seat belts are down there too. The swing out rear tire carrier, the mountain hatch. You can see it here. These are cool. The plastic rear speakers. You have a rear power point here. But yeah, tons of work. Let's get everything shut. I'm gonna show you on the tailgate. You don't see any rust up around here. Outside edge. Always been in the South from the records we have, Florida or South Carolina. The rear bumper was installed in the last 500 miles. The motor barely has 700 miles on it, same with the transmission. You do have a rear hitch here, LED rear lights. You can see the rear camera and the tag. And the tire is a little greasy. Somebody slicked it up. You can see a little bit of tire shine sprayed all over. Let's see, we'll open the hood real quick. You have greasable front leaf spring mounts, and what got here is in dual batteries. You have a bus bar distribution, and it's a fuel injected model, so it's a 3FE. You can see the headlamps here, they're heated, not really necessary here. It is South Carolina. And there's your code. So the transmission and the motor work, they've been documented. I believe a TPS, a MAF, which they call a different thing on here, I can't recall at the time, has been done. We set the TPS, we went through the vacuum system, AC system, AC blows cold. Once it idles up, it'll idle right at that 650 RPM. I'm gonna shut it off before my Bluetooth connects and we lose audio here. Got manuals in the glove box for your various devices, the Warren winch, the original Land Cruiser manuals in here. It is there's two sets of keys. So like I said, you have your security system and door unlock, 2-speed transfer case, high-low push button, four-wheel drive engagement with your manual hubs, and then if you want to go low, it is shiftable. So let's get the door closed so you can see all the way around it. And we can get it on the lift for you, so if you want to see underneath more of the engine bay, but it is clean, straight, organized, extra battery tucked in here. You know, nothing out of place. So yeah, like I said, you want to see the undercarriage, you want some good visual of that, just let us know. We'll get it up on the lift. Get in there for you. The doors shut well. Good body alignment. Overall, good running, driving, looking, well taken care of, documented car. You know, we've known the last couple owners, so we can tell you all about it. Those are some of my smudge marks on the car from shut the door. Wiped them off. So yeah, you want to know more, get a hold of us. It's Car Cave USA, 803-262-4742. We do a lot of four-wheel drives, as you can see around here. A lot of Land Rovers, Land Cruisers, something like this HDJ73. Put the motor in, an AC and grunter turbo, full cabrio, G-Wagons, got a Bronco, a YJ Jeep, a KZJ70, KZJ73, a Supra. We do a lot of Toyotas, we like them. We keep a good mix here, so full shopping back. That's how we're able to work on this one. And we'll take you back there for a second. The old 7.3 OBS, the Cutlass wagons, really cool. Stacks of Defenders, we sell through those. Renault 5 GT Turbo we're working on, BMW 2002 Ti. Back here the boys are working on a 2-door Tahoe. We have an Aston Martin, a 3000 GT VR4, a V12 600 SEL, side-by-side for charity next door, a little Land Rover, off-road rig, RS2000 is behind the curtain, some TD5 Defenders, a little 200 TDI with 200,000 miles, original paint, love that car. So working on the RS2000, as you can see coming down here, V8. We don't do modern Range Rovers. That thing just snuck in on us, don't know how. We have a NAS spec that is just getting done. Another 110 over here in the bay. And this beautiful low mileage Bronco that we're cleaning all the trim and everything together. Old air-cooled 911, a Jolly. So like I said, we have fun stuff. If you're into cars, we'll get along. You need anything, you know how to get a hold of us. All the links are on our YouTube.